you think the kids got out of the program this afternoon?
I think they got a lot out of the program. We do a lot here at Parkway of a lot of the concepts that you guys taught about working together and nutrition and things, and our counselor does a lot of good guidance lessons on that. So I think it just reinforced with the kids what they already learned, and I think y'all did a good job. They really enjoyed it.
Now, was this program anything like you'd ever seen, or was it kind of a one-of-a-kind?
No, it was one of a kind. We've never had any hockey players out before, and I think it's the first time they've really gotten to see that, and it helps us be a little bit more aware of your program. And I think it helped them having the letters up there. It really, it's a good way for them to connect it in their classroom. So I think it was really enjoyable.
Great. What did you get out of it?
Well, got to meet some of the people and the kids. I liked it a whole lot. I think it's something I can go back and use in my classroom. And we do some different units, some sports units. We do a sport unit at the end of the year that we can use some of the material that you gave us. And we do a nutrition unit, like I said, and we can use a lot of that information. So we really got a lot out of it, and we appreciate you guys coming. So,
What was your favorite letter?
my favorite letter was probably about teamwork, because I think that really is what we try to teach them here at Parkway, is to cooperate and work together as a team to get the job done.
Great.
So,
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. How do you like working with the kids in the schools?
I really enjoy it. I mean, I remember one time when I was in elementary school, the only professional athlete that came to see me was Rob Ramage of the Colorado Rockies. And that was even before I started playing hockey, and it's always stuck with me. And I think it's just one opportunity for me to come back and give the kids something to look forward to, or to actually talk about and get excited for.
What do you think the kids take away from this?
I think they see that we're more personable than just, figures, just straight athletes. They see that we have personalities, and, we really do care about what they do and how they do things. And we come out, we get to see them, and hopefully we draw them out to the games when they get to stick around and they talk to us after the game.
So I'm not TV interviewer here. Hold on for a second. How important do you think a program like this is to the kids?
I think it's really good for, especially those that maybe don't have the correct role models, or maybe a role model that they can associate with other than their parents. This is something that they can actually, that they see what we've done when we talk about what it took to get there and how we did things, that it might give them some sort of grasp on the beginning of the rest of their life, and on how they're going to deal with things, on which paths to take and how to take them. I think it's really good for them to start to realize that they got to make the right decisions. Some schools that I've done, where it was apparent that no one has really talked to them much about, drugs and alcohol and the abuse that, and how it can hurt you, and how it is to make the right decisions on your tests, and always thinking ahead and preparing. And I think it would have a big impact on a lot of kids.
What is it about this program you think helps the kids think about the topics beyond just this afternoon?
One thing is they look at us as professional athletes, and when we talk about what it took for us to get there and for others to do the same thing, that it really opens their eyes to, like, well, I just can't breeze through life. I mean, it pays off to pay attention, to to study, and even if I want to be a professional athlete, school might have, you have to fall back on school sooner or later, because the education is the key to everything. And I think that it may open the eyes to kids, especially at this young age, that, no matter how much they like or dislike school, it's going to be there for the rest of their life. And they're just going to have to learn to use the education as best they can.
What is it about the program itself that makes it so effective?
I think that we break it down into words that they can understand, with power, each letter representing something, and we break it down, and one person comes in and talks about each letter, and kids sit there and they really listen. I've never had a school where they blanked on the questions at the end, and so they really paid attention. I think it's exciting where they get to interact with like the three guys that are up here, and so they learn about it, and it's pretty close to that. It's the closest thing to a hands-on experience as they can get without getting, hanging out with us and, talking to us for a full day.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
How do you feel about this program?
I feel good about it. It's a good way to get involved with the community, especially with the kids. I know a lot of the guys that are involved with it enjoy it. me personally, it's nice because since I've had my own son, you know, it's kind of a lot more fun dealing with the kids. You know, seeing how excited they get to have us here, and even the teachers. You know, it's always been a warm reception from the school, so that makes it a lot more enjoyable. And it's just good to get involved in the community that supports us.
What kind of things about the program do you think help it drive home to the kids?
I think the interaction. I think it's nice for the kids as far as, you know, for lack of a better word. I think sometimes, unfortunately, the kids will look at their parents or their teachers as sometimes, you know, as the enemy or as something where, you know, they're an authority figure. And I think they look towards the hockey players, you know, the fans of the teams or fans of the players, and to see us come in and say the same things as the teachers, I think hopefully it drives in a little better to them. They're always very enthusiastic. It's a good release for them, and us as players, we have a lot of fun. And I think if you're having fun with it, I think it makes it a lot more informative for the kids. When we give the examples, we show them the teamwork, and we bring them up here and demonstrate in front of the whole auditorium. So I think the interaction is the big key and keeping it fun.
Now, what do you think helps as far as the kids to remember what they've learned that day, instead of just learning that players came in and talked to them, just remembering the specifics of what you talked to them?
I think doing the demonstrations and using the examples. Instead of just saying, all right, you know, you shouldn't use drugs, what we do is we give an example from our life that they can relate to. I think the whole thing, the whole key is to make something that they can relate to so that they can think about. We drill home, we say certain things several times to really get it in and try to repeat it, to really get into their heads. And then once we get it into their heads, then we relate it to an everyday experience, and we try to get them involved in that way. And hopefully they come away with that. And a lot of times the teachers will come up to us afterwards and thank us and say they'll take it from here and use the same sort of examples and use them as reminders. And you know, that's all we can hope for.
John. Okay, go ahead.
The mission of Harris Methodist Hospital in Fort Worth is to improve the health of the people in the community we serve. So we look at our relationship with both Worth Brahmas and the Healthy Goals program is our mission really in action in our community. We're excited about being able to sponsor the program and expect that at the end of this second season that we will have touched the lives of over 7,500 Tarrant County youth. We're real pleased about that and think now is a critical time to be present in our children's lives with learning points such as the Power Pledge and other things.
What kind of things about the program intrigued Harris to come on board with this program?
Again, it supported our mission, and we're real excited about capitalizing on an opportunity to a room full of children who are listening to professional sports players. We have their attention captured and like to use that as an opportunity to improve their health, to give them some message that they may remember because a professional hockey player told them, as opposed to it coming from a teacher or a peer or even a parent. And we want, again, to support any way we can being present in those children's lives in our county.
I think that might get that part taken care of.